scored a touchdown.
We hit a home run.
WHPC Sports Talk, nominated for Best Sports Talk Program in the 2023 Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Awards. Listen weekday afternoons at 4, plus Monday mornings at 9 and Tuesday evenings at 11.
The voice of Nassau Community College.
This is the award-winning 90.3 WHPC HD Garden City.
Listen on your smart speaker.
Play WHPC.
And available on Odyssey, TuneIn, iHeart, and on the WHPC app.
90.3 WHPC.
A man knows booty when he sees booty.
Come on now.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Tom Brady should have stayed in that retirement home. He should have left.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
The Jets are better constructed right now. They're closer to a Super Bowl than the New York Giants.
I would like.
They're a quarterback away. Corey's living in his own NFL right now.
Justin Fields is playing good. He's been playing a lot better.
You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Yeah, wow.
Yo, you don't like to hump?
Yeah.
Not a big humper?
Yo.
It's Football Friday on WHPC Sports Talk.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
We've got two really promising updates on the condition of Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin. Number one, doctors say they have removed his breathing tube. And number two, he has actually talked to his teammates.
How about that for good news? Kicking off the final regular season installment of Football Friday on WHPC Sports Talk. On the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Your host for today, as usual on Fridays, Joshua Umahi, joined by Eric Williams, Corey David, and Nico Each. How are we doing today, fellas?
Good.
Good.
I'm doing good, Josh.
I'm happy to hear that. I just love it.
How are you, Josh?
I am, you know what? I'm great.
That's awesome.
I'm fantastic.
Fantastic.
Come on, Eric, get us. Come on.
This is the last. Yo,
you had to say one word.
Listen. This is just like, this might be the last week y'all see me with a smile on my face. It's no time for these boys to be playing games this year. Like
Them boys.
Come on, wait a second. Realistically, what is you expecting from them in the playoffs?
What do you want me to expect? They're a playoff team. Go all the way.
Come on, B. You right there with us. You damn there with us.
That's an interesting take.
No. Y'all way better than us, but like 9 times out of 10, you probably got like a week more in there before you with us on the couch.
So you saying what teams can't we beat?
Green Bay.
Okay, no.
Well, that's yeah.
Oh, I kind of got your number. I really think Philly gonna run the table.
You really? Have you watched
I've been saying that for the whole year, though.
The Eagles to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I see it, though, with Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts ain't the quarterback, I don't see it.
Even with Jalen Hurts, they were kind of slipping in terms of performance, so.
Yeah, but it was like, even when they was having bad games, they were still like, with Jalen Hurts, I think, they only lost 2 games the entire season, right?
Yeah.
But they had a really weak schedule. That whole division had a really weak schedule.
That's the part that we've kind of forgotten. That was the big talking point before the season started, and obviously when the season started, the first couple of weeks, it was the NFC East is playing some like real weak competition. So the Eagles, like when the playoffs kick up, they have 2 things against them. One, they haven't really played that caliber of competition all year long, and 2, the playoffs is all about, and you as a Giants fan should know this, it's about who's playing the best football when you get to January. If you look at the Eagles right now, even with the Jalen Hurts injury, I don't see it. And they're banged up, too.
Before Jalen Hurts got injured, he was still playing solid. What are you talking about?
He was, but
they're not playing like a Super Bowl championship team.
I think, me personally, I do, because I felt like they attacked a lot of their weaknesses. Like when they first lost that first game against, I forgot who it was, I think it was the Saints. They lost the first game against the Saints, right?
Washington. Remember, Commanders gave them the first loss. Yeah, they lost to the Saints last week.
What was that? Monday Night Football? Yeah.
Because I remember there was so remember there a lot of people was talking about the running like their run defense issues, and I felt like they addressed that by getting Linville Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. Even when they have pass rushers like Joshua go out, you still have more that's still there. You still have Robert Quinn still in the picture. I'm not too sure if he's injured. That's why, because with him, you never know. He like kind of like Anthony Davis' football. It's like you never know when he's injured or not.
The street clothes, the NFL street clothes is what we're calling them.
That's Michael Thomas.
It is.
Nah, Michael Thompson is worse than Anthony Davis. I don't know who
is he.
I don't know.
He might be going down that Derrick Rose path. It's like, yeah, he's promising.
Stop this, because Derrick Rose tore his damn ACL, bro.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas got a little toe injury. He's like, I'm good.
I'm not going by that. I'm going by the fact that at one point, we were regarding Michael Thomas as one of the best receivers in the league, the top receiver in the league.
I'll give him credit for this. When he was on the field this year, he was.
And then injuries just kept piling on, and then slowly but surely, is he top five? Is he top five, y'all?
No.
Huh?
No.
Is he?
No.
Well, because of injuries, but when he was on the field this year, yeah.
At one point, Derrick Rose was that guy, and injuries happened.
I don't know.
I'm not talking about the severity of it. I'm just talking about the impact in his trajectory, where he was going, and then what happened after those injuries.
Interesting take. We'll see what take the caller has. First caller of the day on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, who are you? Where are you calling from? What do you want to talk about?
What's up, Josh? Long time no talk.
Yo. What's going
on, dude?
Is that my man, Eric?
Yes, it is.
Eric Fischetti. What's going on, bro? How you been?
First off, everything's been busy, so really nice to get to hear from you again. I just happened to pop in and be like, you know what? I haven't spoken to him in a while. Let's see what's going on. Last time I called in, actually, I said that the Giants season was over before the Packer game in London. Look where we are now.
And that was the game as Nico's not the Packers fan not reacting well to that. That was really the turning point.
Nico?
Oh, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Somehow Aaron Rodgers just doesn't lay down and die. I don't get it.
Yeah, I really wish he would.
Hey,
You don't mean that.
Hey, Eric, I'm not too sure if you've been following the show the whole year, but there was a certain guy who
Bro just needs some validation for some reason.
I'm just saying.
Your ego just needs to be boosted.
Was I not there? Was I not there saying that the Giants were going to have a good season and possibly make the playoffs? Everybody's like, no.
I do remember you saying that the Giants were going to have a good season. I do remember that. But I will say that you were in the absolute minority. I thought that this was going to be like maybe a 4 or 5 win year, and I couldn't even be beyond happy, impressed with everything that is going on. Like, even if they get smoked in the first round, or not even the first round, in the wild card round by Minnesota or San Francisco, how can you not be thrilled with what's going on here? And technically, this is year one of a rebuild.
Well, Eric, I'll tell you one thing, and you brought up a potential matchup in the wild card round versus Minnesota. I went on the limb yesterday. If the Giants play Minnesota in the wild card round, that's the one opponent I see them beating. Because Minnesota, like we talk about the Giants, they've won one-score games all season long, and they might not be as good as their record. Well, Minnesota's the king of that category. Like they've all their wins, 12-4, but all by one possession. All your losses by double digits. Like that's the game I could really see the Giants winning.
But I don't know if I want to call the Vikings frauds. They are very good. They're a very good football team, and they benefit, sorry, Nico, in playing a very bad division. Ooh. They did benefit in that. But, however, like I don't know if I want to call them frauds. They might not be as good as their record says, which you're right about that. But I'll tell you this, and I don't feel free if you think I'm being a homer here. I would not want to play the Giants. Every game that they played, for the most part, except for the Eagles game, the most recent time, they kept every game close. Is that crazy?
Well, that was one of the critiques that a lot of people was having. Like, are they a good team? Because a lot of these wins are close, and a lot of people felt as though they were just in it, and like that they really shouldn't have been. As like they were trying to basically invalidate our record, kind of like saying y'all have a lot of close games against a lot of weak opponents.
Yeah, fair, but still, you got to win or beat whoever's in front of you, and that's what the Giants did for the most part.
Exactly.
They had a decent amount of statement wins this year. It's impressive. And that just goes to show you this is roughly the same team that Joe Judge had last year, He's like Voldemort. I don't ever want to say his name ever again. But, like, this is roughly the same team as last year, and coaching has made a massive difference. It's really impressive. Now, I don't want to say that Daboll's my coach of the year, even though I'd love to see it. I do think it's going to be Sirianni. And even if the Jets made the playoffs, I would have said Saleh. But how can Daboll not get, like, a bunch of recognition for coach of the year? Look at what he's doing. It's impressive.
I disagree with that. I think, well, you're saying what you think will happen. You think Sirianni is going to be the coach of the year? I
do believe Sirianni is going to end up winning it, yes.
If that happens, like, to every point you just said, Brian Daboll had the exact same team that, 4-12 last year? 4-13, whatever it was?
Yeah.
Like,
this was the same team a year ago that ran 2 QB sneaks on second and third down. Almost to the year.
Inside their own 10-yard line. That's crazy.
This is insane.
Brian Daboll, if he doesn't win Coach of the Year, that's a crime. It actually is a crime. Like, how could you not give him the award? Sirianni has a great team.
I don't know. I mean, again, I would have said, now listen, the year isn't over yet. I think if the Lions win, I think Dan Campbell deserves it. I do think Nick Sirianni deserves it, even though they have a bunch of talent up to wazoo. Like, they got everything's going right for them. Don't be surprised they make a massive run. I think Daboll deserves it. There's a bunch of worthy candidates, but considering if you really, really look into what the teams are, the Giants having a bunch of maybe second-tier, even third-tier practice squad level guys contributing, like Richie James and Isaiah Hodgins. You traded away your most talented, arguably, player on offense in Kadarius Toney, and they haven't missed a beat. It's really, and on top of it, Saquon stayed healthy. Daniel Jones hasn't turned the ball over. It's a remarkable 180 what the Giants have did, but I'll leave out on this, and I want to talk about the Jets if that's okay.
Absolutely, go ahead.
I believe that it speaks volumes on Zach Wilson that when the Jets are 95% eliminated from playoff contention, that he is not playing in a meaningless game. I don't understand what's going on here. Like, I think at this point they absolutely whiffed on the second overall pick. I think they whiffed. But wouldn't you want to see at least what you have one more time before you go into an off season, probably getting Derek Carr or Jimmy Garoppolo or somebody of that nature? Wouldn't you want to see what they have? Because if the Jets end up moving on from Zach Wilson, which evidently I think they will, you got to think if they're in the trade market, Zach's going to be in the trade, right?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like a bunch of what the Jets have been doing, handling the Zach Wilson situation. Granted, I don't think Mike White is the answer, but he's the best fit for the Jets right now. Going into next season, it's not even a bold prediction. I think they're either getting Carr or Garoppolo. I really do. And maybe a wild card is Trey Lance, but even then, that's a massive gamble too, because if they do get Lance, he's still a project. You're basically with Zach again.
Right.
I really don't know where the Jets are going to go with QB.
What is with the Jets and first-round quarterbacks?
They whiff every single time they try to draft one. That's a fact.
I think the last good one was Mark Sanchez that they had.
Like, you don't call him good, like half decent, yeah. I mean,
he made to AFC Championship.
Yo, I forgot I'm talking to Mr. QB wins over
here.
I was really like the Jimmy G before Jimmy G.
Same thing. If I may, about Mark Sanchez, it's the same thing. He might not have been the best quarterback that they've ever had, but he was right for that moment. He was right for that team.
If they don't blow, if they don't blow that team, if they don't blow up the team after that year, after that second AFC Championship, who knows what might have happened?
I agree with you, but again, going into the offseason, you're probably, in a way, settling for Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo. It's unfortunate, because look at how the Jets started this year as opposed to where they finished. A bunch of that could be coaching. A bunch of that could be not going to Mike White after the first Patriots game. It's just, it's almost like most things that the Jets touch, except for the draft, it just didn't work out.
Hey, Eric, I'm going to make a bold prediction. Derek Carr will be on the Indianapolis Colts next year.
Oh, brother.
No, they'll have CJ Stroud.
Another quarterback for the Colts to ruin.
Any final thoughts, Eric, before we let you go?
Yeah, this is the last thing I'm going to say. I don't know what the Knicks are, the definition of average. And, yeah, that's all I got. Guys, it was nice talking to you. Josh, you're doing great, and I'll keep listening.
Appreciate the call, Eric. Appreciate hearing from you as always, man. 516-572-7440. That's the number if you want to chime in. Doing Football Friday here on WHPC Sports Talk.
I think there was a coach left out.
I think so too, Eric.
Who are you thinking about?
I think it's Doug Peterson. That's what I think.
I was about to say Kyle Shanahan. He's had to scramble through 3 quarterbacks now.
You're not wrong. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point.
I did not think of that, and I'm not gonna. I don't know why, but why did Bryce Purdy look like he belonged?
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Brock
Respect
Purdy.
on his name.
Brock Purdy.
He's going to be that quarterback next year.
Oh, we getting a lot.
So we got.
Yeah.
So I got to pay attention to the third straight quarterback.
We got the phone
He's the
lines lighting up.
franchise.
He the what?
He's the franchise. He's playing like he's the franchise.
We'll see what the caller has to say. Caller, you're on. Who are you? What you want to talk about?
Hey, it's Ross. How you doing?
Ross, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. I was going to say what Eric said prior was right. I mean, if the Giants, even if they get smoked by the Vikings, it's still you can't say this is a bad season. This is a very good season.
Right, but they ain't gonna get smoked. They're gonna beat the Vikings.
No, they're going to destroy the Vikings.
I'm not going that far, but
listen,
they'll
the Packers dismantle them. If the Giants can beat the Packers,
I'm not going that far.
Well, if they lose to the Vikings, it's still a good year. You can't say it's a bad year.
No, definitely, but beat the Vikings.
I hope so too. Listen, the Vikings are still they're probably going to win 13 games this year. I mean, they're still not a bad team. I know that they're fraudulent, but they're 13 wins is 13 wins.
I'm gonna say something. Honestly, I want them to win, but I'm not even focusing on the winning aspect of the game. Like, I want to see how does Daniel Jones perform in the playoffs. How does he adjust to when it's actual meaningful things on the line? Like you win or you go home.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Jones is going to come back next year, whether he's good or bad in the playoffs.
That's right. And you know what? He needs the experience. So.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. He needs the experience. I mean, look, Jones has played in a lot of big games in the regular season. And guess what? A lot of them he won. The only game he lost was on a 61-yard field goal. That's not really his fault.
Hey Ross, like I said, I say Daniel Jones has maybe 2 years, a year extra. That's just me. We talked about this. We already talked about this.
He's not. Corey.
What happened?
Daniel Jones. You're talking about Daniel Jones, right? He's getting a 4 or 5 year deal from somebody.
Yeah, if he's not getting it from the
franchise
Giants, quarterback now.
He might get it from. If he's not getting it from the Giants, he might get it from my Saints. He might get it from somebody else. So he's gonna get a long term deal.
I don't know about.
What do you not like about Daniel Jones? He pooped in the salad. Like, what do you not like in Daniel
Jones? Has completely changed him.
He has, but
wait.
A long-term
Wait, it just clicked what he just said.
A long-term deal to give him like a 5-year deal. I mean, come on, you gotta work him out, see what else.
Yeah, I'm not ready to go all. I'm not ready to go all in.
So,
after one season, no.
He's gonna get a 3-year deal. It's gonna happen, maybe 4.
He's gonna get it from somebody.
If anything, I think what they should do is a 2-year bridge deal.
Yes.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah.
I still feel because I feel like anything past 2 right now is overcommitting.
Yeah, you're putting a lot of faith in the quarterback.
And it's just like, mind you, before the start of the season, we were talking about, regardless of anything, this is Daniel Jones last year. He played himself into a couple of years. I'll give him that. But then if he goes back to, as they say, the clock strike midnight on Cinderella, and he goes back to what we know he was, what do we say after that season? Because it'll be it'll be a couple bad seasons. His bad will outweigh his good season.
Yeah, but if you look at Jones's career, he was good in his rookie season, pretty good. I know he had the turnovers, but he was pretty good. He showed flashes. His worst years were with Joe Judge. Joe Judge is awful.
Yeah, that's true.
Coaching matters. I mean, look what Trevor Lawrence is doing with Doug Peterson. It matters.
Why'd you love Doug Peterson? Oh my God! Thank you for bringing that up.
Nico, big Jaguars guy over there.
You know what she was doing.
And I gotta say one thing about the Jets. I'll leave with this. The Jets. If Joe Flacco is starting this Sunday, there is no need to watch a minute of that game. Then nobody's gonna want to watch Joe Flacco.
You saying Joe Flacco versus Skylar Thompson doesn't move the needle, Ross?
Ooh,
no,
Skylar
it
Thompson.
doesn't.
He's the guy.
Okay, the final score of that game is going to be 3-2. You know that for a fact.
I love that. I love that. Maybe 4-3.
Don't let any.
Yeah.
Just at the end of that game, just make sure the ball is punted to a safe location. The last time it was a low scoring game like that, we know what happened.
Here's all I'll say: if that ace seed you get in is accurate, and they don't make the playoffs with that, and they lose to Skylar Thompson, Dallas should be canned.
Hey, we'll see how it goes, Ross. But thank you for the call, bro. As always.
All right, bye.
You got something you want to say, Nico?
You know the.
You got something
Marcus Morris be tweeting.
Yo,
I thought that was real too.
You got sacked.
Yo, Ball Sack Sports is too powerful.
Bro, I'm so happy they followed me back.
They followed you back?
Yes.
Eric's famous.
They posted like a tweet one day, and it was like a plate of glizzies. And I was like, don't you think that's too many glizzies for one man? And then they liked the retweet, and they followed me. You know, I'll take that.
Oh, yeah, Glizzinators over here. The Glizzy Gladiators, the Glizzy Police.
Hey, yo.
I'm one of them.
What?
Listen, I'm the Glizzy Police.
Oh.
I'm the Glizzy Police.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
Nah, I'll be co-captain.
I'm the Glizzy Police.
Listen, man.
Chill on that.
Chill on the Glizzy?
You got the plate police over here, Nico. So.
That's true. You're right.
That Thanksgiving
Shout
Day
out.
episode.
Oh, you can go listen to it.
Go.
Wherever you get your podcast.
Make sure you go find that one. We do have another caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Third caller of the day. This one's been trying to get on for a while, so what you want to talk about? Hello? Anybody home? You're on.
First of all, very happy. Hello?
Oh, there you are. Frankie.
Yeah, it's Frankie.
Yeah. Frankie. What's up, bro?
I always call you guys. I get stuck in this dead zone for about 10 seconds, and it always seems to be when I'm calling you. Yeah, first of all, very happy about Damar Hamlin. I mean, he's pretty much back to new from what I read today. Is really following that a lot, and he's talking, and he's got the ventilator off now. You know, he's off the ventilator. I'm so happy to hear about that.
Yeah, he's out of the woods now. That's the best news we can possibly got this week.
Couldn't believe it. I was so happy to hear that. Also, I was talking about Daboll with the winning Coach of the Year. You know, and I listen. I'm a Giants fan, and it seems like every time I talk to you guys, I'm always Giants, even though I'm a big Giants fan. I'm sure.
Oh, Frankie, you hear me?
And I said it before. Is having Saquon Barkley back. You know, he made the whole team better. He made Daniel Jones better. He opened up the offense. You know, he hasn't had a lot of great weeks lately. But
Frankie,
he's a threat.
I'm not gonna lie. Early on in the season, we relied heavily on Saquon. Like he's the bell cow.
Just to clarify, Frankie, because you went into another dead zone again. You're talking about Brian Daboll, right? Because he kind of went dead.
I'm sorry, guys. I was saying, he is, in the running for coach of the year. But I think a big difference in the Giants from 4-13 to 9-5 or 9-6 is Saquon. I mean, they didn't have him last year. He lends a dimension to that offense that enables them to do more. And I think I don't want to take credit from Daboll, but I also want to give credit to Barkley. That's the big difference, I think. You agree?
Don't all respond that.
You know what? I'm in a huge storm here. I wonder if we lost me again.
No, you just left them speechless. Frank, I don't know what to say.
Nah, I just feel like with how the season is going, Daboll's coaching, I felt as though motivated these guys to come out and have a productive season. Like I said, Daniel Jones played himself to another contract. I'm not gonna say he's he's in that top 3, top 4 range of best running backs in the league, Saquon Barkley. Now, I feel like the thing that you have to improve now is go out and get receivers. Go out and go improve that defense more.
Yes, that's what I was saying earlier. A couple of weeks ago, I think we were talking, and I'm like, and it kind of goes back to the Daniel Jones thing, where I think if you give him some receivers and some ends, somebody with some hands that he can throw the ball to, and have Barkley in the backfield where you have this balanced offense, plus the fact that he runs the ball very well himself. The Giants could, they've always had a pretty decent defense. If you can just, as they did, benefit that offense by having Barkley all year long, and then throw in a couple of receivers.
I feel Sterling Shepard is coming back next year. Sterling Shepard is coming back next year, even though he's getting to the older side, but he's been one of your most reliable receivers. I'm hoping we're gonna have to trade Kenny Galladay.
Beckham out there too. Beckham's sitting out there too.
If we get the three amigos back, Beckham, Sterling, and Barkley together.
Yeah, and I don't think Jones is as bad as everybody's portraying him. At the worst, if you could do better, you do better. There's no question. Anytime you can upgrade, you upgrade. But I still hold on to him. I think I've been saying it, and I swear by it. I think he's okay.
He played himself into a couple more years. I'll admit that. But I just felt as though one thing I know that the coaching staff stressed with him is ball security, because I felt as though this probably has been his best year where he's protected the ball, hasn't thrown as many interceptions, has made more smart reads, and the interceptions that he do have, a lot of those times because it bounces off receivers' hands.
Y'all bring up great points, but the question I want to ask regarding the Giants is this week. We're going to get to it a little bit, but the resting the starters thing.
No. I felt as though somebody brought this up. If you down like 2 to 3 touchdowns, yeah, pull. If you know it's already out of reach, just pull your starters.
Yeah, I wouldn't rest anybody either, man. I play to win this game because I don't think they're going to win it, and I'm hoping they draw Minnesota in the first round because I think that's one of they're going to draw one of the top teams in the league in the first round. Minnesota's the one team that on any given day it looks like anybody could beat. 49ers are going to be a tough win. You can't. They're rough. Philly's rough. Dallas is rough.
Everybody looking at the Minnesota Vikings with like they barbecue chicken. Like,
well, they are.
We can't wait to get to Minnesota.
That's what they get for being fraudulent.
Are you still mad about what they did to your Saints years ago, man?
No, it has nothing to do with that. I promise you.
Win that many games. I still don't feel. I don't feel good about them, and they could finish as the number 2 seed.
Disgusting.
And maybe even number 1. I don't even know, but they just don't feel like they have anything going for them, and they've got like 12. They might wind up with 13 wins.
Listen, I don't care. The only thing you have to say on the Minnesota Vikings is that they were down, and I know they won the game, but they were down 33-0 to Jeff Saturday.
That was a great game. I watched every second of that game, and I could not believe.
Great game, but
I'm still mad at that game. Like, y'all should have lost that game. Y'all had any competent quarterback, that would have been a crazy blowout.
Well, Matt Ryan did it again, so there you go.
Masterclass.
Yeah, he's bad, but it's a lot of good games this weekend coming up.
Absolutely.
A lot of good. There's going to be a lot of that Detroit Green Bay game. The very last game of the year, that should be a beauty.
Yeah, Nico's on pins and needles over there waiting for it.
So thrilled.
Good luck, Nico. Look, I'm pulling for you, bud.
Thank you. I appreciate it. There's hope somewhere.
Guys, have a nice weekend. Enjoy the games.
Thank you for the call as always, Frankie.
I'm not pulling.
You're not pulling me?
No. I'm not pulling for you.
No.
Packers need to lose.
Why?
Bro,
you scared?
No, I'm not scared. I'm just... Bro, I'm sick of Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I'm done.
I'm sick of Tom Brady.
They're inevitable. They're just inevitable. You thought they're down. They're back in the playoffs.
I just see one more Super Bowl before I die.
Wait, I feel.
Oh, you've seen one. Like, what more do you need?
Cowboys fans are annoying.
Can't not co-sign that. Can't not co-sign that.
Question.
I don't want to see them prosper. You're cool, Eric, but Cowboys fans in general, I don't want to see.
Yeah, y'all annoying.
The Cowboys
of all people, Skip Bayless.
I cannot see that.
I'm sorry to do this. Raise your hand if your team has won a Super Bowl since you've been alive.
There was no reason to do that.
Sorry, it was right there.
Let's stop shading Eric for a while.
What's the scenario where the Detroit Lions could get into the playoffs?
They need to win and need Seattle to lose.
The Seahawks lose and then they win.
Yeah, because I was reading somebody said the NFL is banking on I forgot who losing that Seattle game because they want that Packers and Detroit game.
They want LA to win.
Oh yeah, they want LA to win so that it could be a play in the win on Sunday Night Football. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want Detroit to go because I'm like. People don't know this, but my secondary team is Detroit.
Oh my God! What? Dude has 15 secondary.
No, I do not.
What happened to the Ravens? You're a big Ravens guy.
Look.
No, I've never liked the Ravens before.
No. That's just a team I watch because support. But I never. You know what that means.
Shout out to Facebook Live viewers.
I got to support them.
Yeah,
I got to support my guy Lamar. But
yeah.
I've always been a fan of Detroit since Calvin Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's a Terrell Owens fan. He was a Cowboys fan back in the day. Eagles fan.
Why are you throwing these?
You said this on air. You said this on air.
I never said this on.
You said this on air.
You said no.
I got every show archived, bro. I won't say
he said he was a Cowboys fan, but he said he was a Terrell Owens fan.
You said I cheered for the Cowboys when he was on the Cowboys. And I cheered for the Eagles when he was on the Eagles.
I did not say that.
I cheered for the Cowboys, and
I did not say that. Why are you making these? Why are you telling me?
You just don't want to get caught.
Accusations, huh?
You just don't want to. You don't want to get caught.
I'm not.
You've been caught.
Corey, the audio is saved on every show.
You can pull it up.
I will pull it up.
Come on now.
I will pull it up.
Look.
Josh is like the Chris Hansen.
I always admit I watch T.O. like you know there's like stars you watch from afar like you appreciate their greatness. Like how was I not going to appreciate the fact that he was like one of the second best receiver of all time?
Well, you might be able to see him play again.
He's not.
Yeah.
Look. Jerry Jones already done said you not coming back. So why you keep putting out these false narratives like nobody wants you?
They don't need to do that.
If T.O. put up a Facebook a Twitter poll of saying what team y'all want me to go, people say none.
Yeah, he needs to. How old is he now? Like 40?
49.
Yes, stay in the retirement home.
Only person I know who could have done something like that was the best receiver of all time, Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was playing in his 40s. And giving people work.
Well, on the Terrell Owens front, though, like if you're a bad fall away from a life alert badge for the rest of your life, you need to stay away from a football field.
He's in shape and everything.
Yeah, no, he's in crazy shape. Yeah. He's in crazy shape.
But you could come on.
49 is 49.
Yeah. I mean, look at Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he's throwing the ball.
Yeah, he's a
that's
quarterback.
That's it.
Well, he's taking crazy hits though.
From behind, yeah.
So
Damar Hamlin,
Before we switch gears, let's remind everybody that you're listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Joshua Umahi joined by Eric Williams, Corey David, and Nico each. Let's get to Damar Hamlin. So we had it to start the show. You read the little news report. The breathing tube's out. He can now breathe fully on his own. So that's a great look for him and his family and the whole world that was supporting him, donating, and not even just donating, because that's like selling it short. Millions upon millions of dollars that these people were sending.
It's crazy he gets to see all the love he got.
Yeah, it's really a heartwarming story, and it brings like the human side of sports out, which I always like seeing. So that's that. And according to the game that won't be resumed between the Bills and the Bengals, so Roger Goodell yesterday, and out of the NFL offices, he put out a long ass press release. I saw it last night. I'm like, yo, I'm not reading all this stuff. I'm not, but got to report the news. So with the cancellation of the game, the Bengals will be the AFC North champion regardless of Sunday's Ravens-Bengals game. But if Baltimore defeats Cincinnati on Sunday, the site for a playoff game, if they meet again in the playoffs, would be determined by a coin toss. So I don't know how I feel about that, but that's the way they're choosing to go about it. Also, the NFL's decision to not resume the game birthed scenarios where the Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, and/or Bengals could play in a neutral site AFC title game with Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium and Indy's Lucas Oil Stadium among the options. That's per Ian Rappaport. And we got some scenarios for the AFC title game with the number one seed in this press release. So we got 3 scenarios. Number 1, if Buffalo and Kansas City both win or both tie this week, a Bills-Chiefs championship game will be at a neutral site. So that's the first scenario. The second one being Buffalo and Kansas City both lose and Baltimore wins against the Bengals or tie. A Buffalo-Kansas City championship game would also be at a neutral site. Y'all staying with me?
No.
Yeah.
I'm lost already.
I don't blame you. Third scenario. Chiefs, Bills. If they both lose and Cincinnati wins, Buffalo or Cincinnati versus a Kansas City potential championship game would be at a neutral site. So all of those 3 scenarios happen if the Chiefs play either the Bills or the Bengals, kind of wrap this up, in the AFC title game, it'll be at a neutral site. So and that's what we get from this game not being resumed because it was a big deal for the number 1 seed in the AFC. Now, if the Chiefs win, they're going to be 14-3, and the Bills would be stuck at 13-3 if they won this week.
I just want to get this straight. If the Chiefs lose, none of this matters.
If the Chiefs lose, none of this matters. Yeah.
Oh man.
Then
Raiders know what to do. Save the NFL.
Jarrett Stidham knows what to do.
Yeah.
Hey, you look good.
He did. Look a lot better than Derek Carr. Amazing what you can have happen when you give Devontae Adams a chance down the field.
Who would have thought?
Right? I mean, we saw it with Aaron Rodgers all those years. I don't know what the strategy was from Derek Carr, but there we go. But yeah, that's the scenarios for the AFC number 1 seed. If you get the Bills, or the Chiefs versus the Bills or the Bengals or the Ravens, it'll be at a neutral site. It won't be at Arrowhead Stadium. Where else do I want to go? We got to the Giants pretty good today. Let's go to the Jets. So obviously they're eliminated from playoff contention this week, and they're starting Joe Flacco instead of Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's going to be
Flack attack
QB2 in Miami. And I wanted to load this clip in the vault because the second I heard it the other day, I was like, "There's no way this dude said this." This is Robert Saleh on how Zach Wilson needs to approach his offseason.
Yeah, it's go read a book, go do something, get away from this game, just reset. I think the greatest strength and greatest gift you can give yourself as a human is to figure out what's important to you. What do you value, and how can you stick to those values day in and day out? That is the greatest gift you can give yourself, is to discover yourself. And I think Zach needs to get away, read a book, and figure that out.
Get away, read a book.
Bro's a therapist. Bro is a therapist, not a coach, a therapist.
Like my New York mind translated it to bro, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you just gotta get out of here.
He told this boy to read a book. Go on a beach and figure it out.
Bro,
there's no way he's back on this team next season.
It's over.
Really question what's the whole point of this team? What's the whole point of him coaching? Are you okay?
Listen,
I can't do nothing with that.
Bro,
would you fire him?
Would I fire him this year? I don't feel like you can.
I wish you had the I forgot the linebacker who was the coach for the San Francisco 49ers, Mike Singletary. I wish you had his speech about Vernon Davis. Can't win with him.
Cannot coach with him. Can't do it. I mean, that's the story with Zach Wilson. You can't do anything with this kid. We've seen it, and Robert Saleh knows it, but he's still trying to he's defending Mike LaFleur in the post-game press conferences now. He's defending Zach Wilson.
Would you fire Mike LaFleur?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
I would.
I feel like they're going to, because if you believe them when they say Zach Wilson's staying on the team, I think here's two scenarios. I really do think they're getting Jimmy G and Derek Carr, one of those two.
Okay.
But if they don't, the second scenario is go all in with Zach Wilson for another year and then get another offensive coordinator.
So you think it's going to be either Zach Wilson stays, Michael LaFleur's out, or Michael LaFleur stays, Zach Wilson's out?
Yeah,
both can
pretty
leave.
much. Yeah.
Both
can
out.
both leave though? Can
Get
they?
him out.
I don't know. I feel like one of them definitely has to be gone, because if you look at this offense, and again, we've said it wasn't just the offense, because you had Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall when he was healthy, Elijah Moore when he's getting the ball. They had some talent on offense. So it wasn't the offense as a whole, it was the quarterback play.
Right.
But Mike LaFleur also really did some questionable things. Why the Braxton Berrios obsession was pretty weird. I don't know why. You have Garrett Wilson, he's a great red zone weapon, you would think. Why are you running jet sweeps with Braxton Berrios?
Mm-hmm. And then you also trade for James Robinson, don't even use him.
A 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Who knows, that could be valuable down the line. So the Jets tried. Yeah. The Jets saw what it was. They were 7-4, but they knew they need a lot more to get into the playoffs. They tried to shake a lot of things up. Mike White got injured after he was playing well for them. Just a lost season. But I don't know what they do. I think more likely scenario, obviously, they get a veteran quarterback and run it back with this defense. But the possibility of Zach Wilson staying and them being I'm going to say they're going to try to sell the fan base on, we get a new offensive coordinator and he can really make some magic with Zach Wilson and all the potential.
No. You can't make magic with that dude.
They're going to try to sell it, but Jets fans aren't going to buy it. They're fed up.
Yeah, it's not like a Daniel Jones situation. Because the Daniel Jones situation was the coaching. That was the problem. That was obvious.
Which is funny because I played a clip, I think it was on Wednesday, where Saleh was Tuesday. He compared, Daniel Jones took a little while to find his game. But I'm
bro had 3 coaches.
Yeah, and Daniel Jones never looked as bad as Zach Wilson has this year. Never at any point.
And you gotta think Daniel Jones had injuries and stuff like that. to play a big factor. So it's different when you talk about a quarterback like Zach Wilson.
Like even Sam Darnold played better with Adam Gase.
That's a crazy fact. That's a crazy fact. That's where the Jets are, and
all the Jets had to do was
keep Sam Darnold.
No, it wasn't even that. Like, all you had to do was sit your starters that one season, and you beat the Rams, and you don't have Trevor Lawrence now.
If they had Trevor Lawrence, I think I could easily see the team going like
Super Bowl
13-4 Super Bowl.
You want to say they're Corey giving the side eye like
11-6.
Even Trevor Lawrence, the way he's played the last couple of weeks, though,
he's been a different breed the second half of the season.
He's been right up there with the elite. Look at the stats. Corey, look at the stats.
Look at the stats. He's a top 10 quarterback
over there.
He's a top 10 quarterback.
He has, but 13 wins. That's a push.
This team was good quarterback play. Oh, wow. I can't speak English. They had a competent quarterback this season. This team is a 10-win team. Now, if you have Trevor Lawrence as your quarterback, it's at least 2 or 3 more wins.
I got to agree. This Jets team, like if you put a star caliber or a future star quarterback in there with that defense and those weapons on offense, you're looking at magic happening in MetLife. But they had Zach Wilson instead. Yeah, they had Zach Wilson instead, and look at where it is.
That's their fault.
Yeah. They won that meaningless game against the Rams, and look where they are.
They'll get Justin Fields.
They could have had him too. So
they'll trade for him.
Justin Fields, who's probably going to break the single season rushing record for a quarterback.
He's not playing.
He's not playing?
No.
Nathan Peterman is playing.
Yeah, and we know why too. They're still alive for that number 1 pick.
He's 64 yards away from that.
What do you think they do with that number 1 pick?
Trade it.
Oh, I've heard some wild
trade it for Devontae Adams.
I've heard that they're
going to. That I've heard.
They could trade Justin Fields. You could get an insane package for Justin Fields.
You can.
Yo,
oh my God!
And you get Bryce Young there in Chicago.
It really depends on like.
That's what your obsession with Bryce Young,
bro. Honestly, Bryce Young is CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud played himself into that number 1 pick.
It's 1A, 1B.
It's 1A, 1B for
he's
sure.
He's not the number 1 pick. He's going to be the top quarterback coming off the draft board, but he ain't the number 1 pick.
He could be the number 1 pick.
They don't even know who the top number 1 pick is.
It'll either be Chicago or Houston. If it's Houston, they're going quarterback.
No. I'm not talking about like who's picking. I'm like who's going to be the number 1 draft pick.
It's going to be a quarterback.
It depends who the team is drafting, but.
If it's Chicago or Houston, or somebody trades with Chicago, depending on what they do with Justin Fields, like it's going to be a quarterback. Now, I think best player available. If you want to have that conversation, sure, but quarterback, it's going to be a quarterback on top two picks.
Top two.
I mean, it's an interesting discussion. Chicago's obviously still alive for that number 1 pick. It really depends on if they're in love with one of Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. They could get a historic haul for Justin Fields.
Insane.
So that's going to be something to watch, and we got a lot of playoff implication games to pick here, but some draft implication games as well. So let's get into it.
Oh my God, game picks.
It is week 18 in the NFL season, the final week of the regular season, and as usual on WHPC Sports Talk, we got some games to pick. Starting tomorrow, Saturday games at 4:30. We listed all the scenarios off. The Kansas City Chiefs at 13-3. They are at Las Vegas. They play the 6-10 Raiders. Chiefs 9-point favorites. Over under 52. Who we got?
Raiders.
Yo, you
Jarrett
want chaos?
Stidham, baby.
You want chaos?
He carved up that Niners defense.
The Niners defense.
That was insane.
If he played that way against the Niners defense, the Chiefs defense, they're all right, but Corey, what you think?
I'm going Kansas City. I think I got Kelsey scoring a touchdown.
Is Mahomes playing?
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, when it comes down to that number 1 seed, I don't think they play when it comes down to this last game of the season. I got to take Kansas City. I got to be reasonable with it. They always come through. Even in the past years where like Tom Brady lost that game to Miami and then they won that game.
Got home field.
Yeah. They really don't play when it comes to this.
As LaShawn McCoy would say, Patrick Mahomes about to give him crazy work.
Crazy work.
Crazy work.
I thought you were gonna say, as LaShawn McCoy would say, Dak is ass. Dak is ass. That's all he says.
I'll never go there. I'll never go there. I'll never go there. I'm a Dak. I like Dak. He's not that bad as a quarterback. People peg him.
Whoa. Let's move on.
I got the Chiefs.
Let's move on.
This guy.
Usually, you gotta watch what you say, bro. You can't just be saying peg.
I got the Chiefs. Las Vegas covers. Let's move on. The AFC South title game. The 7-9 Tennessee Titans at the 8-8 Nico's Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags are 6.5-point favorites. Who we got, Nico?
Give me the Duval Jaguars, baby. But I think it'd be really funny if it's a tie.
That would be funny. That would be great.
It'd be a great outcome.
I got an upset alert. I got the Tennessee Titans winning this game.
All right, so I need you to give your reasoning. Because you can't just say that.
He ain't got nothing. Look at him.
Do not let this man cook.
What you got, Corey? Come on.
I feel like Josh Dobbs.
All right.
You talking about thumb?
Is it Ryan Tannehill starting?
He played solid.
Looks like a thumb.
He does look like a thumb. That's a great point.
Josh Dobbs did play solid last game.
A thumb. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's been y'all real wicked for saying that. I know he got alopecia. That's wild.
Remember what KG said about Charlie Villanueva back in the day? Remember what KG said about Charlie Villanueva?
Like a cancer patient.
Greater people have gotten slapped.
You what?
Yeah. Look it up.
What? Greater people have gotten slapped for insulting people with alopecia.
G.I. Jane.
Yeah, some people have gotten slapped.
Hey,
That's
look,
crazy.
But hope Big Will don't listen to NASA.
Will Smith, you listening? Don't come after me.
That was Nico.
With that being said, I'm taking Jacksonville. The pretty boys gonna come out and take this game by storm.
I like that. Sun shines out there.
Sunshine. Shout out Trevor Lawrence. On to the Sunday games and on to the 7-seed scenarios in the AFC. So, the 7-9 New York Jets, they're out. The 8-8 Miami Dolphins have lost 5 straight. Both of these teams have lost 5 straight. It's Joe Flacco versus Skylar Thompson, baby. Dolphins 3-point favorites. Who we got?
I like the Jets in this game.
Like the Jets? You think the Dolphins lose out?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That Skylar Thompson is not going to get it done. That defense, you think about the matchups in the defense, it's just like,
Yeah.
Jets got it.
I thought they already played a scenario like this with Skylar Thompson had Teddy Bridgewater was the starting quarterback.
Exactly.
So they already kind of did this already. And I think the Jets won.
Yep.
Smoked them.
And I think it was also the same scenario where we was having a backup quarterback as our quarterback, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets.
Nico, we got.
I'm gonna go with the Jets, and Mike McDaniels gets fired after this game.
I agree. We're all on the Jets. We just spent a whole segment crapping on them.
After one season.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all bugging.
There's definitely some
they don't
reason
like
for
him
it.
down there anymore.
You're bugging.
You can't lose out like that. They started 8-3, did they not?
8-3.
They should have never fired Brian Flores in the first place.
Facts.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Mike McDaniels is a good head coach.
Hey, tell me, you know why they fired Brian Flores.
Of course, you know why.
You know why they.
Of course.
You know why they fired. We ain't gonna say it, but we all know it.
Corey pushing the agendas that matter on Sports Talk. Moving on.
He needs a head coach.
I mean, he's
Houston.
I feel like Mike Tomlin did him a solid by looking out for him. I don't think he ever gonna get a head coaching job, especially didn't he file a lawsuit against him?
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, the fact that he got the job right now, Michael Tomlin, you know why Mike Tomlin had to look out. But yeah, I just feel as though I wouldn't say after a year.
You can't start 8-3 and lose out.
He's
not with that roster.
Done some questionable stuff with Tua too, abandoning the run a lot. Like, if there's reason for it.
I'm sure it's not
You can't blame
all on
him for Tua's injuries now.
No, but you can blame him for starting knowing the injuries.
Yeah, we'll see how that game goes.
Wouldn't that fall more on the medical staff?
He's a head coach.
We don't know what's happening in the back.
It's the head coach who makes the decision. That's how I feel. But on to the next game. The 8-8 New England Patriots at the 12-3 Buffalo Bills. Listen, I think Buffalo's gonna blow the doors out New England. Like, I think it's not even gonna be close. But
yeah, pants down.
Yeah, pants down, like bent over. The Patriots need a win. Well, winning they're in, but they ain't gonna win this game.
No shot.
Anybody on the Patriots, Corey?
No.
All right.
No.
I like this next game, though.
Moving on.
Bills Mafia, we're going to see a bunch of tables get broken.
Yeah, but it's going to be a crazy scene in Buffalo, that's for sure. But the Damar Hamlin, everyone's going to be behind him. Watch out for the Bills this week. That brings us to the 7-9 Cleveland Browns at the 8-8 Pittsburgh Steelers. How about this? Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season, and we're all predicting. We are all on the Jets to win and beat the Dolphins. We're all on the Patriots to lose to the Bills. Are we all on the Steelers to make it in the playoffs as a 7th seed?
I said the Steelers were going to make the playoffs 2 weeks ago. I still believe they will make the playoffs. You look at the scenarios, all they have to do is win. Miami, I already said they're going to lose that game, and New England is definitely not going to win that game. So we're looking at Mike Tomlin definitely in the playoffs again.
I see Pittsburgh. I see Pittsburgh winning this game, especially with the drama that's going on in Cleveland right now with the defensive line. You got Jadeveon Clowney out here airing out the coaches, talking about why y'all get the best matchups to Myles Garrett. He's already potential Hall of Fame. Y'all just try to get him to Hall of Fame. I'm like, bro, you kind of lucky you had like one solid season. We was close to considering you a bust. So the fact that you hating on somebody that's actually better than you, talent-wise and statistically, come on, man. I don't even know why you even going down this route. Now you're going to have teams looking at you crazy.
Well, he's a Cook product. We know this.
Yeah.
But, so you're on the Steelers to win.
Steelers to win, yeah.
Nico.
I'm going to go tie. I'm going to do it.
See, I didn't even write. I tried to write the playoff scenarios on here. I didn't have nothing planned for a tie.
I just don't see either of these offenses moving.
Oh, yeah. Slam the under in this game. It's at 40.5. So, yeah.
It's going to be a fun tie. They'll go to overtime. They'll both kick field goals. And it's going to be a tie.
You know, it's funny. If they tie, Pittsburgh's still in.
Are you serious?
I swear. So, I'm for that. I want to see Mike Tomlin in the playoffs.
Okay.
Get it done again. On to another scenario in the AFC. This is obviously a big AFC North scenario. Ravens at the Bengals. Ravens 10-6. Bengals 11-4. Bengals 10-point favorites. Bengals need a win. Kansas City lost. Buffalo lost. They're the number 1 seed, and we got the neutral site scenario. So who we got?
Bungles.
The Bungles.
Let's go.
Staying with the Bungles. Who we got?
Joe Burr.
My guy, Lamar, Bag, Chaser, Jackson. He like this. Y'all thought I'm going to get out on here in this field? Nah. I'll probably play a playoff game, but that's about it. I'm keeping this. So he probably like this. He was just waiting for an injury to happen. He was like this. As soon as I had an excuse not to show up, I'm like this. I pay my money.
Hit the Ravens with you thought I was feeling you?
He about to be like Stewie with Brian. Who's like, where's my money? Where's my money?
He's a smart man. He's not playing. I wouldn't play either. Eric, who we got?
I think it's clear cut. Taking Cincinnati.
We're all on the Bengals then. On to the number 1 pick scenarios.
Oh, no.
The Texans at 2-13-1 at the Fighting Jeff Saturdays at 4-11-1.
Stinky.
Who we got?
Ew.
It's Houston.
Yeah.
Houston.
Nah, yeah.
I need chaos.
Houston winning this game.
Oh,
Houston.
I got Indianapolis winning this game.
You believe in Jeff Saturday, huh?
I don't believe in them. I just feel as though like the team is better. Like they actually still have. Like come on, we ain't gonna disrespect like the talent. Like what's the name? They have talent on that roster.
No Jonathan Taylor, no quarterback.
No Darius Leonard.
Quentin Nelson's kind of washed.
Quentin Nelson washed?
Kinda, sort of.
Yes.
I don't know.
Wow. Last year we're talking Hall of Fame last year, so
I just saw him playing that Giants game. I'm like, that's not the Quentin Nelson I know.
yeah.
That's what I saw.
He just doesn't care this year.
All right, well, we'll see next year, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing.
I
good
think he
signs
needs
right
to get
now.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Where's he gonna go?
I know a good team that could use more offensive line help.
What team would that be?
New York Giants. That'll help. All the help we could get.
So we got.
You thought you was about to say Dallas Cowboys?
I like him in Green Bay.
We can use him.
Huh?
And he can use him.
Huh?
We can use him.
Get out of here. I mean, y'all could always use offensive lineman help, especially with what's the left tackle that's always injured?
Tyron Smith.
Yeah, he basically done. Like you remember when
he's playing good right now.
Solid, but like you know that he's close to that. About to be out the
I respect this conversation y'all got going on right now, but I'm not going to debate the offensive line. In the middle of the game.
You don't got no love for the trenches?
Nah, not really.
Crazy.
Nah, not really. If the Texans win, the Bears lose. The Bears have the number 1 pick. The Bears host the 12-4 Minnesota Vikings. Who we got?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
We're all Minnesota.
Yeah.
So we got the Bears. Me, Nico, Eric got the Bears with the number 1 pick.
Let's go, baby. Chaos. Justin Fields out of there.
Hey, we'll see what Minnesota does.
Minnesota!
I haven't heard from Joe Biden in a minute. Sorry. I had to. 4 p.m. slate. The New York Giants are locked into the 6th seed. They play the 13-3 Philadelphia Eagles, who suddenly have a lot to play for. Eagles 14-point favorites?
Wow.
Win and they clinch number 1 seed in the NFC East.
The Giants are resting starters, so
No.
From everything you're hearing, it's like it sounds like they're going to rest Jones.
they're resting starters. No, I know they are because I had to take Saquon out of my starting lineup for fantasy.
The Saints ain't got no games this week?
They don't have any playoff. Yo, I'm only picking playoff implication games. I don't care about the Panthers and the Saints.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
Who cares about those
doesn't matter.
That's crazy. I thought that was just going. I'm looking. I'm like, where the Saints head?
So to call, I'm very happy with that win last week against Philly because I hate the Eagles. I want to see their demise. I like Jalen Hurts, but
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to the Saints though, I really do hate the Saints just from that one win.
Wow.
Nah,
Okay.
they messed up a lot of tickets. They messed up a lot of tickets last week.
First off, if they messed up your ticket, that's your fault for believing in Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
right? That's on you.
It's a fair
Over
point.
the Saints? Come on now.
It's Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew against the Saints defense.
It's the Saints.
The Saints defense.
What's
I
left
knew
of the
that
Saints?
boy was going to be in hell. Everyone knew.
Corey, just pick a team, bro.
Yeah.
Pick a winner.
Who you got?
Wait, what you
Giants and Eagles, buddy.
Oh, I'm going with the Giants. G-Man.
I'm going Eagles.
I know where Eric's going.
They're not playing their starters.
I know what
They have to. They're not going to.
Who?
They have to.
The Giants aren't playing the starters.
Giants are playing the starters.
They both said they're playing the starters.
It's written on the topic sheet.
From everything you're hearing, they're going to rest the important starters. Some of the guys are still going to play, but you're probably not going to see Saquon Barkley.
There's no point for them to play this game.
Oh, so you saying you saying the Giants are going to do what Philly did to us a couple of years ago?
They can't do that.
You know what? I'll still pick the Giants.
I got.
Nah, I'll go Eagles.
We know Eric wants the Giants to win for reasons.
For his own monetary gain.
Let's move on, though. The San Francisco 49ers are 12-4 at the Arizona Cardinals at 4-12. San Francisco 14-point favorites. We all got San Francisco winning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got San Francisco winning.
So, on to the next game. The 12-4 Dallas Cowboys. Still alive for the NFC East title. Still alive for the 1 seed. They needed a win. Eagles lost. Niners lost. Vikings lost. Who we got? Well, they don't need a Vikings loss, but...
Them boys gonna win it this week. Feel like Zeke gonna get a touchdown.
Of course. He's rolling right now.
He's always my anytime touchdown type guy. On FanDuel. Anytime touchdown.
So what we think happens? Who gets the 1 seed? Eagles, Niners, Cowboys? How we think it plays out?
Eagles.
I got the Niners doing
I would like the Niners to do it so we can go against the Eagles in the playoffs.
The Packers.
Yeah.
You want to go against the Eagles?
I don't want to face... I'll face any team right now except for the 49ers. I have nightmares.
That
Eric.
defense ain't nothing to play with. D'Amico Ryan's coaching them up. Like, I don't know. I got the Niners winning the number 1 seed. I think the Giants do beat Philly this week. I think the Giants are rolling. I think the Eagles aren't, even with Jalen Hurts coming back. Eric, your Cowboys getting the 1 seed? How do you honestly see it playing out?
The 49ers aren't going to lose this game. But
right.
They have to play their starters. What are they doing?
I'm like, yeah, they kind of true.
I'm with them. I think the Giants should play their starters.
You want to have your guys ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, because they not like one of the teams that's like, oh, we got the luxury of resting our starters because we get in the playoffs, we going to be good. No, you got to keep whatever momentum you got going, rolling.
Especially if you play in Minnesota. I mean, I can get us Minnesota, but you still want to like...
Time out. Does anybody know who's quarterback for the Philly Eagles this week?
Jalen Hurts says he's trying to play.
Because if this hurts, then I don't even care. Even if you do have the starters playing, I don't see us winning that game. But that's only if Jalen Hurts not playing. It's his situation.
Real quick, on to the next game. The Chargers at 10-6 at the 4-12 Broncos. Broncos are 3-point favorites.
What?
We're all on the Chargers, right?
I had the Chargers winning out 5 weeks ago. I said the Chargers was going to win out.
Yeah.
Was it
Why is Denver 3-point favorites? What am I missing?
Is Justin Herbert not starting?
No, he's playing.
I think what's his name showed a little resilience last week. Russ was trying to cook. He's a little emotional. You know, people's backing him up. You know, I felt like he kind of senses like, yeah, I gotta fight for this. I just don't got nothing handed to me. I gotta fight for this.
Regardless, the Chargers are winning this game. So let's move on. I have no idea. Maybe it's because if the Ravens win or lose, depending on how the Ravens game goes, maybe the Chargers don't have anything to play for. That's the only thing I can think of. But still, it doesn't make sense. But well, whatever. Let's move on to the next
Chargers
game.
in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they're already in. On to the NFC 7th seed scenario to close out the show. The 8-8 Seahawks host the Los Angeles Rams. Seahawks 6-point favorites. Who we got winning?
Seattle.
LA, baby.
Nico wants chaos.
We got my guy, Geno Smith, going in for the win.
What motion did you... Damn. You still holding that over him? It was years ago. A punch over the money.
But like I said, I feel like they're going to win and they're going to get him right on the chin.
See, all right, he's just... Okay. Corey never forgets the memory of an elephant over there.
You're not low. I know what you said.
I'm not even It's all right.
So here's the scenario. If Seattle wins, the Lions are eliminated. That leads us to the next game. Lions at Nico's Packers. They've come all the way back from the dead. They're 8-8. Win and they're in, the Green Bay Packers. Nico, who you got?
Give me the Packers, baby.
Ooh, he's back.
Roger's going to win his Super Bowl and get the hell out of Wisconsin.
No, he's staying. He'll stay.
He'll stay, just not on the team. He has a little new wifey over there in Milwaukee.
Yeah, huge news.
Yeah,
That's
major news. Major news from Barstool Sports.
I seen that. I was like,
she kind of bad too.
I was like, out of all the ones that he was messing with,
this might be the hottest girlfriend he's had.
Yeah, so I gotta co-sign that. Yeah.
Like Olivia Munn, she's all right, but like, goddamn.
We all in Green Bay. We got Aaron. I think Aaron Rodgers got that extra juice for this week.
Oh, he got a lot of extra juice. That beer going to be coming in come playoff time.
Why you think that is, Nico?
Well, you know what they say, Josh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know, special juice makes the beard grow. Yeah.
Who we got? You on Green Bay?
He get away with murder on the same way.
Just knowing the NFL, like, Green Bay is going to get in.
Yeah.
So, all right. He did it the same way back when he won the Super Bowl. 11 interceptions, 6 seed.
Time is a flat circle. Well, we'll see how all the games play out. It's Week 18 in the NFL. Big-time playoff implication-type games. We'll recap it all for you on Monday at 4 o'clock on WHPC Sports Talk. For now, we'll call it a show. Thank you once again for listening on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. From Eric Williams, Corey David, Nico Weech, Josh Umahi, signing off. Have a great weekend.